Alright, so today I am going to show you guys exactly what I use for equipment for making these videos. Make sure you get the new logo down there. That's right, Rolltide530's. What camera gear am I using? I've gotten this question a couple of times, and it's pretty amateur equipment that I'm using. But I'm just going to go ahead and lay it out for you so that everybody knows exactly what it is that I am using. So the camera that's currently recording right now is a GoPro Hero 4 Black, I believe. I don't even remember. It's a Hero 4. And it is the camera that I have the microphone extension for. So I can have this little mic. It has the little windsock I can put on. And this is what I use for when I'm actually motovlogging. So if you see one of my videos and I'm motovlogging, it's probably being recorded with the GoPro Hero 4 with this microphone setup, because it's the only GoPro I have that has a microphone. I just got the brand new Hero 7 Black, excuse me, and it is wonderful, wonderful piece of equipment. I love it. It's the greatest GoPro I've ever had by far. But I don't have the adapter piece that goes for the mic yet, and it's like 50 bucks, and I just haven't gone and got it. When I do get that piece, I'll be using this camera, and the GoPro that I'm currently using will be history. It'll be gone. I won't even use it anymore. It's actually a borrowed camera anyway, so I don't even own it. It's gone. And then that will leave me with the two cameras that I do currently use, which is the Hero 7 Black and the Hero Session. Now this is just the regular Session, not the Session 5. The second version of this camera is the Session 5. This is considered to be just a Hero Session. And I love this camera here. It is super awesome. The only problem with this camera is it does not have image stabilization. And so I got to be really careful with how I use it because it's very shaky. I cannot walk around with it like on this little tripod here, and we'll get to that in just a second, because it's too shaky. But I don't have that problem with this camera now. Hyper smooth stability, and it is hyper smooth. So this is my normal setup. When you see me moving around or filming anything that is me not on my motorcycle filming, it's being filmed from here on out with the Hero 7 Black on this. I think I paid $12 for this little tripod on Amazon. And I will link this stuff into the description. I just learned how to do that, by the way. But I'll link the actual accessory pieces that I use into the description so that you're clear on that too. But that will be this mic and this tripod. And really the only other thing I use is a concoction of GoPro accessory pieces that came in a little kit, which I'll also link in the description. It came with like 20 pieces for 17 bucks or 9 bucks, hell, I don't even remember. And this is all I use. So you have the Hero Session, and this is the one that I like to put on the fairing of my bike, pointing in the rear direction, so they get my body shots while I'm filming. Because for whatever reason, this mounted on the fairing is very stable. There's not a bunch of shaking and crazy video with this. Basically, on this little J hook, okay, like this, and I put it on my fairing and I film, the driver. Works perfectly. So that's mostly what this is going to get used for. This also gets used for, because it's got a great picture, and the sound's great. It's got speakers on the front and the back, or mics to pick up your audio. It's awesome. So if I'm going to sit completely static and set the camera somewhere and do something, I might film with this one still. But for the most part, no. Because it's so much easier just to put this on the tripod, set it down, and then if I want to pick it up and walk around, I can still do that, and it's still very smooth, image stabilization, over the moon. All right, so I'm kind of rambling on now. But anyway, this little tripod, this Hero 7 Black on the tripod, this Hero Session, mounted on this little J mount on my fairing. That is the two ways that I really film 95% of everything that I do is with just that. Now this here, I've just pieced a bunch of GoPro mounts and little pieces. So I just got these pieces and mounts, okay? And basically I snap that bad boy right onto a mount on my helmet right there, okay? And so this is how I shoot. I just simply take the camera off of this tripod. Really easy and really quick. I take this off. I throw the tripod into my saddlebag. I take the camera and I stick it on here. Just like that. And now I'm ready to go. So again, I will film the helmet cam. Always is going to now be this GoPro Hero 7 Black. When I'm going to walk or talk or film things where I have to be moving, I just simply put it on this little cheap tripod. And then again, I could put this session on this tripod if I know ahead of time that I'm not going to be picking it up and walking with it. Or if I'm indoors, that's another big thing, because the wind is very bad on this. If the wind's blowing, the audio on this is just about useless. And I find that the audio is better on this. Still not perfect, but again, once I get the microphone, i.e. this microphone adapter, because I'll still use this microphone even though it's going to be, you know, a different adapter for this, then the wind doesn't even, it's not even a factor. Okay, so I pulled the camera closer to me so that I can actually show you this adapter. So right now this is the mic. This is the mic, and this mic will still work with the other camera and the session, to be honest with you, because it uses the same adapter for both of these cameras, but I never bought it for the session. Just got to get rid of this little adapter, get the new adapter, and then this will be the same exact mic that I'm going to use. And I just took, it's got so much cord that I took a little painter's tape and I wound it up, and then I just stick this behind the earpiece in my helmet. That way I have just this amount of cord basically that comes down for my mic, and then of course this little piece of cord that goes up to the mic, except it's on this side. So once I get the new adapter, this will be the same mic setup. $9 on Amazon, $9.99 or something, so $10 on Amazon. Which it came with this, which works for the GoPro 3, you know, Hero 3 and 4, but it doesn't work from the session up. So now I gotta pay $50 for one of these to be able to actually motovlog with that new camera. And I refused to do it with this session. That's why I don't have it to this day. So anyway, that's it. That's the equipment that I use. Again, not super exciting or super difficult, okay? Just a couple of quick easy mounts, and that's pretty much it. Pretty amateur. It's amateur hour here with Rolltide530, but that's what I do. So I mean, okay guys, one thing I forgot to mention about as far as my equipment goes, I'm using Filmora Wondershare. That is what I use for my editing. And so here it is. I've opened it up. Let me show you. I'll put a link to that down there in the description too. And this is what I use for editing software. So basically how it works is, let me grab the first, we'll grab my intro here. Here we go. So here's my intro. So let me just throw that down here. And see there, it pops up in my little screen. Pops up down here on my ready to go. And then there you go. Intro is in there. Now I can decide where I want to put the intro. But the intro is now into the video. Okay? If you have this Hero 7 Black, your problems are over. Honestly, you could probably just use this camera for pretty much everything you're going to do. But, you know, I like to get those double shots. I like to get some shots of me, okay, with the road in the background, and then I like to give you the helmet shots that basically show, you know, exactly what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing. So that's it. Here's a quick update on the mail call. I have gotten several items over the last week. I'm trying to post those on Instagram and Facebook, or one or the other. So you guys shout out to me if you have sent something and you haven't seen it yet on Instagram or Facebook or in one of these videos. You know, get a hold of me and let me know, because a lot of times I don't know what's even coming, so I'm not really watching for it. But always know that I don't always check the mail every single day. Sometimes it's a couple days in between checking the mail. So, you know, I'll definitely post that stuff when I get it. Thank you for sending it. Roll Tide, roll, baby. Be safe out there.